Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this, but with a lot of caution. So, Speaker, water is part devolved and part national. So, Speaker, the bulk water is with the national government. Between the national government and the county government, there are very many water boards. These water boards have not been extremely efficient, so that you find that the county governments don't have enough bulk water to distribute. And yet, the boards themselves are also not efficient. In the end, you find that there is very little water that people are getting at the grassroots level. Mr. Speaker, in the introduction of a public-private sector may support this and will help, particularly in the middle-level distribution and partly the bulk water, because I don't think there are really private bodies that will take huge bulk water as the national government can take. Therefore, I think it will support. But more importantly, Mr. Speaker, we must look at the management of water at the county level in distribution at the grassroots level, considering the way our terrains are and the way our housing and villages spotted all over the place. It is extremely important. Sometimes I wish we had communal living where people actually living in towns or villages. Would be easy. Having said that, I support that, Mr. Speaker. I am concerned with the cost. Once we get into the private sector coming in, we'll have to be extremely careful on how the costs are controlled. Mr. Speaker, the experience in this country is every time the private sector comes in, despite us having the PPP Act in place, the private sector comes in, it normally swallows the public sector. In the end, it is the private sector that works, and then costs go up, it becomes impossible to deal with. Look at just what happens with the universities. When we actually relaxed and started saying we can support both private and public universities, we had to reverse that situation because of what happened. So, Mr. Speaker, I support this, but it will be very important that the tariffs and how water is charged must be strictly controlled, and I think that should be a national government function, both national and county, and we should have rating as just we have passed the law for rating in other rates collection, so that actually we protect the people. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, we will find our people not even able, people will just go collect water from the river, put small dams, and start selling it to people without even looking at the effect on the environment. So, Mr. Speaker, I support it with a lot of caution.
Honorable Wanjiku Muya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And looking at the mood of the House, I restrain myself